The management team of the National Population Commission (NPC) were among the first the president received in his office Monday. The chairman of the commission, Nasir Isar Kwara, and some other members briefed the president. Speaking, President Bola Tinubu reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring accurate and reliable figures from the national census to strengthen developmental planning and improve Nigerians' living conditions through more efficient social security. The president told the delegation that biometric capturing should be central to the process with multiple identification features, including facial and voice recognition.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, we are diving straight into the big issue shaking up Nigeria right now. President Tinubu's push for a fresh national census with biometric and digital technology. And guess what? The North is not happy about it. Nigeria is finally moving forward with a proper population count, and Tinubu says it must be accurate and reliable. No more inflated numbers, no more ghost workers, and no more local government collecting money for people that doesn't exist. The National Population Commission is gearing up for Census 2025, and this time every single person will be counted, whether the Fulani cabals likes it or not. The desert, the villages, the local governments with just 20 houses collecting huge allocations everywhere will be covered. For years, Nigeria has been stuck at over 200 million. But are we really 200 million, or have we hit 300 million? Nobody knows for sure. And without the right numbers, how can the government plan properly? How do we organize palliatives? How do we know where resources should go? Tinubu has made it clear. This census must be accurate with biometric data, digital tracking, and no room for manipulation. Remember those elections where 10-year-old kids had voters' card? That nonsense must end. No more Alhaji blocking the doors when census officials arrive. And let's talk about these outrageous voting numbers. Millions of votes from some states, yet little to no contribution to national development. It is time for accountability. If we fix census, we fix so many of Nigeria's problems: fair resources distribution, better planning, and an end to fraudulent population figures. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
The management team of the National Population Commission (NPC) were among the first the president received in his office Monday. The chairman of the commission, Nasir Isar Kwara, and some other members briefed the president. Speaking, President Bola Tinubu reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring accurate and reliable figures from the national census to strengthen developmental planning and improve Nigerians' living conditions through more efficient social security. He said the National Identity Management Commission (NIMC) must be part of the review. President Tinubu noted that government incentives such as sale and distribution of fertilizer could be easily improved with more reliable data and demographics. The president told the delegation that biometric capturing should be central to the process with multiple identification features, including facial and voice recognition.
Nigerians must get ready for Census 2025. Nigerians should get prepared to be counted. Tinubu's government is preparing to count Nigerians, whether the North likes it or not, whether the Fulani cabals like it or not. We must conduct a census. So the National Population Commission should get ready. There is work to be done. Both North, all the nooks and crannies of the North, all the deserts that have been made a local government, we must count how many people in those local governments. All the vast number of lands that they will split and split. You just have only 20 houses in a local government, and this local government will collect money. We must count everybody, because we cannot remain like this. We need to know the actual number of people living in Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria. Somebody said they not have numbers. Yes, we agree with you that they not have numbers, but you must allow us conduct another census. We can't still remain over 200 million for how many years? We may have got to the 300 million, who knows? So that the government can plan and help to organize palliative for the people. If you know the number of people you have, it is easier for planning. Now let me read this out. Tinubu has come out to say that we must have accurate, reliable census with necessary biometric data. We must have accurate. We went to school and we studied English language. Accurate, reliable. You know, during elections, we see so many 10, 11 years having voters card. Man, that is not a reliable election. That is malpractice. So the census we are going to have, it is going to be reliable. Not one alhaji will sit down at the gate and tell us we cannot enter inside to count how many people that is in the house. We must know the number of people, so that all these politicians will not use it as a guise to start collecting an allocation. You have a community, just Lagos, just Alimosho, the population of people in Agege and Alimosho local government is more than some 5-4 local governments in northern Nigeria. But if you hear the amount of money these local governments collect from northern Nigeria, if you hear the amount of money they collect and they demand from the national purse, if you look at the number of civil servants they have and the ghost workers they have, you see politicians just make it as a cash cow. And especially the election, number of people, you see so many criminality in the Nigerian system. INEC will just give people voters card, no accountability. If we have a reliable and accurate data, it will fix all these problems, so that a Castina will not be pulling out 2 million votes. Then what is the contribution of this Castina population to the development of the country? You have so many people there just like that, unproductive. So it helps us to make sure that local government and state governments are held accountable, are pressured to make their people productive. If we know that in your state you have 20 million people like Lagos and you're not productive like Lagos, we'll be asking questions. Yes, I'm not saying that Northerners are lying or the politicians are lying. We need to confirm it, because we are tired of people threatening us that we have the numbers. Look at El-Rufai during his interview with Arise TV. He said we gave the Southerners opportunity and they presented Tinubu. If Tinubu does not do well, we will stop him 2027. A Fulani that does not have any base in Nigeria, that's a visitor, come and took advantage of the system, took advantage of the gullibility of the Hausa people. He's coming to tell them we gave. Tinubu has a stake in APC more than El-Rufai. But you don't hear Tinubu and some other elements bragging like the northern people brag. We have the numbers, we cannot see. The impression you have been given over these years is that North is more than the South. The Christians are more than the Muslims are more than the Christians. So we need to confirm it actually, not by we base our assumption on numbers that are not verifiable. We need verifiable numbers, so that this tax bill of a thing will plan. When we are putting our policies out there, we will plan. When we are going to give something to a particular state, we will plan. When we are going to resolve a conflict, for instance now, we know how many people are in the southeast, that we have number of voters very low. People are willing to come out to get their voters card. They don't get it in the southeast. And tomorrow someone will come and tell me that the southeast is not relevant because of the voting strength, the voting population of those people resident in the southeast. So all these things, shenanigans, that's why I said one of the reasons I supported the Tinubu government is for this kind of restructuring. I tell you, this kind of restructuring, it's going to put everybody in his place and everybody will be able to plan. We need to know how many people are in Abia state, my own state, so that we can know how we can run the administration. Per local government, we need to know how many people that are there, so that we can know how the infrastructures and amenities, we can hold our local government accountable, the councillors and whoever that is in charge, the commissioners, can hold them accountable. We need to know the regions, their strength and their ability, so that we can know whether we are going to go to resource control, we are going to go to regionalism, or resource control is even better at this point in time. So every state for its own resources, use your resources to better your state. Then you contribute something like a tax to the central government that will look at other aspects of security and other things. So if Tinubu is going to run this package, it's going to be very, very, very. I know most politicians may not, that are benefiting from the criminality of not having an accurate and reliable census. Some politicians are there, they are angry. It's not going to benefit them if we have an accurate and reliable census. And I believe all politicians are the same. I know Tinubu is doing this for his own personal gain. I'm telling you, these people are not for good governance. If they are for good governance, all these years they will have fixed one sector of the economy. But I like it. I like the politics. You do me, I do you. The North has been threatening the South over the years. They have been threatening us. We say nothing. We want to believe that you are more, since you are just making all sort of business, giving sort of business information. The census, let me read it. Ahead of the planned national population and housing census, President Bola Tinubu has reiterated his commitment to ensuring accurate and reliable data for effective development planning and improved social security. To achieve this, the president emphasized the need for biometric and digital components in the census to ascertain the country's accurate population. Speaking at a meeting, so meetings are already going on. So we are not here to say charade, things are not happening. My brother, meetings are going on to achieve this. I like one thing about, among so many things I hate about Tinubu, I like one thing about him is that he's dogged. Number two, if he says he's going to do something, my brother, the guy is a diehard though. He's going to make sure he achieves that thing. Since I have known a Tinubu, I'm not his fan. I don't like his style of governance. But if he says he's going to do something, he's going to achieve it. So meetings upon meeting. Yes. Speaking at the meeting with officials of the National Population Commission at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, on Monday, this Monday, Tinubu stated that the National Identity Management Commission must be integrated into the census process. So those people at the NIMC, National Identity Management Commission, those involved in NIN, identity of Nigerians, registering your NIN, those ones, yes, having our data, they must be involved in the census process, so that the other time we had a report of Niger having NIN, so many aliens having NIN as perpetrated by the NIMC, that agency. So this agency, with the available data on those that have NIN, when we conduct the census, we'll compare the two together. Yes, because they must be involved. Because INEC over the years have been giving 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. We have been seeing voters card in the hands of 10-year-old in the north. We have been seeing voters card. Who registered them? Is it me? Am I working in INEC? Do you have any relation that is working in INEC? They are the ones that are in charge of that exercise. And we see voters card in the hands of these young people, and they vote, and it is being counted. So NIMC, whether you are giving Bello 2G or bandits or Boko Haram, we will now know if the government is sincere. Because one thing that this government does not have is accountability and sincerity and transparency. They don't have these three things. That is one of the major reasons I don't support a Tinubu government. I'm not even talking APC. APC is a write-off. Is a combination of criminals. So a Tinubu government, accountability, transparency, and I think I said integrity. Yes. Let's move on. Now, NIMC must be integrated into the census process. We must ascertain who we are, how many we are, and how to manage our data. Without an accurate census, we cannot successfully plan for employment, agriculture, and food sovereignty. Many problems arise without accurate data. The president said in a statement through his spokesperson, Nigeria last conducted a national census in November 2006. That is 29 years. That is 19 years from now. 19 years ago, we conducted a census. President Tinubu further announced plans to establish a committee to align the census budget with the government's financial realities before engaging development partners for additional funding. This stop and go activity on the census cannot work with me. The president is telling them, stop and go, cannot work with me. We must take decisive action. We need a definite path. I will set up a committee to critically examine the issues, assess our resources, and determine what we can fund before seeking external support he added, the president, I love reading this. I love reading it because this census is a thing I wanted it a very long time. Census, I wanted that we have census a very long time. The president stressed that biometric capturing should be central to the census, incorporating multiple identification features, including facial and voice recognition. So Alaji, that you are sitting outside your house, telling the Population Commission people that want to count, telling them to that you count them because of your religion or your practice or whatever, they cannot count them. No, we must be able to capture their face and their voice. That's what Tinubu is saying. We must be able to capture their face and their voice. No more staying in the house. If you want to practice, this is not an Islamic country. This is a secular country. You must adhere to the rules of the constitution. Your Sharia law is not greater than the law of the land. The Supreme Court will override it at the end of the day. So don't even start arguing whether Sharia law is the constitution. The Supreme Law will override it at the end of the day. So we must capture your face and your voice so that we will not be having the face of a 30-year-old and the voice of a 10-year-old all coming from the north. Religious people, religious, so religious. Every Friday, pray. They want to bring Sharia to the southwest. Sharia does not touch some people. Some people carry olosho, some people do all sorts of things. They take drugs. They are religious people. They take drugs, they take alcohol, all sorts of things they commit. The atrocities they commit. Sharia does not look at them. We ban alcohol in the north, but if you go to big men's house, politicians' house, you see all sort of wine, assorted wine and alcohol in their houses, and they take it. They take it. It doesn't affect them. It only affects the poor man. It happens everywhere. But this hypocrisy must stop. This threat is going to stop. Has to stop under a Tinubu regime. Me, I will withdraw my support for a Tinubu. I have so many things to say about Tinubu. I have so many things to say. But for this restructuring, let us continue on the same path. He noted that government incentives such as the distribution of fertilizers could be improved with more reliable demographic data. Like I said, the population of the north is used to collect money from the federal government. Okay, they say we have farmers. Somebody can just say we have 10,000 farmers. While in reality, if you conduct a demographic or population census, you can get 5,000. The money for the 5,000, where is it going? So if we have census, there is so much corruption. So much corruption. That's why you have ghost workers everywhere. Not only in the north, everywhere. But guess what? The north are so united in a way by you don't really during elections, almost all the focus is in the south. But in the north, they will do their thing codedly. If you carry camera, they can break your head. If you want to start putting their eyes into their activities, it's possible that they may I don't want to use the word, but this census is going to open a lot of things. Now, I want to digress a bit. Nuhu Ribadu reacts to what El-Rufai has said. El-Rufai accused Nuhu Ribadu of wanting to eliminate any other northern person that wants to vie for presidency. And this is what Nuhu Ribadu reacted and responded to El-Rufai, because he believes some of us don't think that APC is going to survive after Tinubu. But however, let me read what the statement by Nuhu Ribadu to El-Rufai. My attention has been drawn to the interview granted by Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the immediate past governor of Kaduna State, on Monday evening. If my silence wouldn't risk being construed as consent, I would have ignored him. I am too preoccupied with my current assignment as to get into a media fight with Nasir El-Rufai or anyone else. Despite the incessant baiting and attacks, I have never spoken ill of Nasir on record anywhere. This is out of respect of our past association and our respective families. I will not start today. I however urge the public to disregard El-Rufai's statement against me. For the avoidance of doubt, I want to put it on record that I have never discussed running for president in 2031 with anybody. All my focus and energy are geared completely towards the advancement of Nigeria and the success of the President Tinubu administration. I therefore ask Nasir El-Rufai to allow me face my onerous national assignment, just as I do not bother myself with his own affairs. This is a political statement from Nuhu Ribadu. If you're a politician and you have been in the political space for a very long time, you understand that the allegation made by El-Rufai that Nuhu Ribadu has a presidential ambition hidden. From this statement, you know that there is an ambition to become president. If you follow Nigerian politicians, when they react to a particular thing, there's a likelihood that they are complicit of that thing they are reacting to. They are debunking. Well, however, remember the Binance officer that was arrested. He also accused Nuhu Ribadu of wanting funds, an allegation to further his presidential ambition that he wants to take over from Tinubu 2031. I understand the position of Nuhu Ribadu asking El-Rufai to provide evidence whereby he has told anybody that wants to run for presidency. I understand that part. But let's look at the body language. In the past, Nuhu Ribadu has indicated his interest to run for presidency. And politicians, the highest thing any politician wants to do is become a president. And Nuhu Ribadu serving under the cabinet of Tinubu, his chances are very, very bright of becoming the next, or being favored by Tinubu. Some people say that Nuhu Ribadu is instrumental to the fact that El-Rufai could not become a minister under this current administration. That is Nuhu Ribadu. Allegations that he could not pass a test, security test. Whatever they found, they have not made public to Nigerians. Speculations here and there, people saying that, like Reno Moki accused El-Rufai. He said this guy is commander-in-chief of Boko Haram, as alleged by Yejika, citing all those things and asking him to respond to that. So who knows the security, whatever they got from the whole thing. My whole point is that, you see, all around this thing, the Fulani will never stop at making sure that they take over presidency from Tinubu, whether 2027 or 2031. They are fighters. And Tinubu knows how to restructure Nigeria to stop them. If using a Nuhu Ribadu to stop someone like El-Rufai, it is a welcome development. But what the Southerners are asking for is a restructure of this country. You have to restructure the country. There are no two ways about it. And one of the restructuring is this thing I just talked about, the census. It is very, very important, and it is now that we want it.